can hear me. It's working. Great. Okay, sorry about yesterday. My microphone turned off and I suddenly didn't have any sound. So it's very nice, the class. We will return to one of the movements we did because I just love it so much. And you didn't get the instructions yesterday. So welcome. Great. How lovely. Thanks for persevering and for being here with me. Come to your mat. So just bring your hands to your hips and just lean actually from side to side. So today we're going to go into our hips. We're going to meet, not necessarily, often when we meet our hips, we talk about the back of the hips. Today we're going to really meet the front of the hips. So as you glide from side to side, just meeting the sides of your hips. And then meeting just a deep sense of your buttocks, the sides of your thighs. And then take your right hand and slide it down the back of your right knee. And then slide in the other direction, left hand down the back of your left knee. And as you do so, just feel the front of your belly. Feel the front of your hips as you lean. And then you lean. And you're just getting a sense of, it should feel kind of groany, gnarly a little bit. Nice. And then begin to bend your knees and go a little bit further. So you're bending your knees and going a little bit further, but you're not straining yourself. You're just meeting the deep muscles of the belly and waking them up. Meeting the deep muscles of your hip and waking them up. Nice. One more time each side. And then we're going to do a thing called the elephant. So swing your right arm across your right forehead face and then lean towards the left with it. And then rounding forward and then lean the left arm over your face. So as you do it, there is a sense of reaching into the side body, into the armpit. So leaning, reaching, and then rounding forward, and then leaning, reaching. The reason why I called it elephant was because it's like a trunk. So you're really trying to straighten your legs. As your arm goes across the front, straighten your legs. Bend your knees when you're passing through the center. Straighten your legs. And it's a sense of you're not pushing yourself into pain. You're hearing that which binds us, and that which holds our structure together, and you're just warming up into the side body, into the deep of your belly, into the deep of your hips. Nice. And then come all the way back to center. Pause there for a second. Cool. And come to the front of your mat. So bring your hands to your hips. Your feet are hip distance apart, and then stick your bum out and then squeeze your bum, push your hips forward. So you're trying to pelvic tilt in standing. So when you squeeze your bum forward, you'll feel a stretch through the front of your legs. And when you stick your bum out, you feel something crunching into the lower back. So just feel that. Squeeze your bum, stretch through the front of your legs. Stick your bum out. Squeeze your bum. Stick your bum out. One more time. Squeeze your bum. Stick your bum out. So the movement we're really focusing on today is squeezing your bum and drawing your hips forward. So squeeze your bum, draw your hips forward, reach your arms wide, looking up, bending your elbows, bending your knees all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees, hands to your shins. Lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor, stretch your right leg long behind you and step it back into a lunge and lean into the front of that right hip. Feel that front of your leg, front of your hip opening. Step back into a plank. Drop your knees to the floor, lower all the way down to the floor. Bring your fingers wide, lift your toes off the floor, push your pelvis down as you rise up and see if you can find, with care and attention, the front of your hips, the front of your legs. Pausing there, just lifting and then lowering all the way down. Bring your hands to the floor, push back into a cat and then sit your bum all the way back, drawing your bum back to your heels. The next movement, you're going to go really slowly. Come into a plank-like position, squeeze your bum and lean a little bit into your hips, really just a little bit. Sit your bum back, stretch through your bum again. So rocking forward and backwards, and every time you travel forward, squeeze your bum. It's really, it's not a stretchy position, it's a real power position. So really feel strength in your bum, strength in your lower back. Sit your bum back. Feel strength in your bum and your hips. So you're leaning into the front of your hips, squeezing your bum. You're not collapsing into your belly, collapsing into your spine. You're really like, wow, how much can I squeeze my bum as I rock forwards and backwards? Nice. One more time. Sit your bum back and rock yourself forwards. Cool. Push back into your downward dog and create length through your legs, length through your hips. Cool. Stretch the right foot up towards the ceiling and then bring your right foot a little bit over towards the left and then bend your knee like your right foot's going to try and touch your left shoulder. Nice. Stretch through your leg and bend your right knee. Tap your right knee to your right elbow. Stretch your right leg up and back behind you. Bring your leg a little bit over towards the left and then bend your knee like your toe is going to try to come to the left shoulder. Stretch your leg and bring your knee forward. Tap your elbow. One last time. Stretch your leg up. Bring your leg over, bend your knee. Nice. Stretch all the way forward with your leg. Drop your left knee to the floor. Lengthen out through the front leg. Bend your knee. Stretch out into the back leg. Nice. Bend your back knee. Bring your right hand behind your back and then rise up and reach up with your left hand and really feel the front of your hip lengthening, the front of your hip opening there. Squeeze through your bum and even try and engage the lower belly a little bit more. Nice. Bending your elbow. Bring your forearm down or bring your elbow to the outside of your right knee and pause there. Really feel length through the side of your body. You're turning your head, drawing that right shoulder back. You can stay with your knee on the floor or you can lift your back leg or lift your back knee and lean a little bit deeper into the front of your hip, the length of your thigh, the side of your waist. Nice. Both hands to the floor, step forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up, reach your hands up, squeeze your bum, bring your hips forward. Bending your elbows, bending your knees all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor, stretch your left leg back. So the muscles that we're stretching are actually the muscles that shorten when we're sitting. And we sit so much, oh my God. So we sit and have breakfast. We sit in the car. We sit when we're at work. Maybe car doesn't happen anymore because we're all working from home. Nice. Step back into your plank. We sit when we have lunch. We sit when we're in the office. And then we go home and we sit on the couch. So really finding ways to open up through the hips. Drop your knees to the floor. Lower all the way down. Fingers are wider than your mat. Lift your toes off the floor. Push your hips down. Slowly rising up. Cool. Lower all the way down. Push back into your cat and begin to rock and sway in your cat. Main thing is that your hips are really strong as you move them forward. You're not making a banana back. You're stretching the front of your hips. Go, there's my hips. Really listening in, hearing your hips as you rock forward and backwards. Don't lift your head. It tends to banana back your back. So keep looking at the floor between your hands. Nice. Sit all the way back into your downward dog. And then stretch your left foot up towards the ceiling. Bring your left foot a little bit over towards the right. And bend your knee so that your foot is coming towards your right shoulder. Nice. Stretch the leg. Bend the knee. Draw your knee to your elbow. Stretch your leg up and back. Swing it over towards the right shoulder. Stretch it up. Down towards your elbow. One more time. Stretch it up and back. Bend it over towards your right shoulder. Nice. And then swing it all the way forward between your hands. From here, drop the back knee to the floor. Stretch out through the front leg. Bend the front knee. Stretch the back leg. Bend your back knee. Bring your left hand behind your back. And rising up, reach up and look up. So squeeze through the bum. Draw your navel towards your spine. So really engage the lower belly. And then reach from a place of power, from a place of strength. Often when we become strong in a joint or in a muscle group, it's less flexible, but that's actually really good. Stability and flexibility kind of counterbalance each other. Cool. Bending your right elbow, bring it down to your thigh, or bring your elbow to the outside of your knee. Stay there. You're turning your head, you're turning your shoulder, or lift your back knee off the floor And really lean into that left thigh, or right thigh, right hip. Opening into the belly. Front of your hip is lengthening, thigh is strengthening. Cool. Bring both hands to the floor. Step forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees, slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide, bring your palms together. Palms come to rest in front of your chest. Nice. Reach your arms wide, squeeze through your bum as you reach up. Bending your elbows, bending your knees all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lengthen and look forward. Hands to the floor, stretch your right leg long and step it back into a lunge. Step back into a plank. Squeezing your bum as you go. Drop your knees to the floor. Keep squeezing your bum as you lower down. Fingers are wide. Keep squeezing your bum as you rise. Lowering down. Keep squeezing your bum. Push back into your cat. And then your bum relaxes as you sit your bum back into your cat or child's pose. And then your bum squeeze as you rock forward. You can lift your feet a little bit off the floor if you wish. Drop back, bum softens and lengthens. Rocking forward, feet perhaps lift a little bit. You're really gauging that you're well in your spine. There's nothing really gung-ho about this movement. One more time. Nice. From here, walk your hands until they're under your shoulders. Lengthen your right hand as far forward as you can in front of you. And you're resting on the baby finger side of your hand. And then drop your right shoulder down towards the floor. And see if you can create length from your baby finger all the way into the deep of your belly, where your belly and your thigh meet in the groin. So you're really drawing back through your sit bone. You're creating a length through the rib cage, the waist, the psoas. Nice. Come all the way up. Other side. Stretch the left arm long. And drop your shoulder down towards the floor. Your baby finger of the left hand is on the floor. You're creating length from the deep of your belly all the way down. Nice. And hands and knees on the floor. Just do shoulder shrugs. Squeeze your shoulders back. Push your shoulders forward. Squeeze your shoulders back. Push your shoulders forward. And then roll your shoulders in a big circle. So in a while, we're going to be using this movement in a really creative and dynamic way. So as you roll your shoulders, feel how your spine is changed by the rolling of your shoulders, and then roll in the other direction. Or your spine helps the rolling of your shoulders, or the rolling of your shoulders is created by your spine. Which is true for you? Maybe all of them. Nice. Drop your right elbow down. Come back up. Drop your left elbow down. Come back up. Drop both elbows down. Come back up. And one more time. Drop both elbows down. And come back up. Push back into your downward dog, creating length. Pull your heels backwards. And then bending one knee, stretch into the left leg. If you bend the right knee, stretch into the left leg. Bend the left knee, stretch into the right leg. So you're kind of cycling your legs a little bit. So you're trying to lengthen into one, and then lengthen into the other. Lengthen into one, and then lengthen into the other. Really finding length through the waist as well. Draw that belly backwards, that area that we were stretching there from your finger, from your baby finger into the belly. See if you can connect that now. So as you pull backwards, your inner thigh also engages. There's strength all the way down into your big toe as you connect through the deep of your belly. Nice. Walk your feet forward and then bring your hands so they're in front of your feet, shoulder width apart, and your feet are shoulder distance apart. Bend your knees, turn your knees towards the left, and then sit your right bum down. Same, all the time. Come back up. Turn your knees to the right, sit your left bum down. And come back up. And then just go from side to side. And really here, by keeping both hands on the floor, you meet the rib cage. So rock from one side and to the other side. Nice. So step your feet back a little bit more so you're actually in your downward dog. We're going to do the same movement. Turn your toes towards the right, to bend your knees towards the right, and then sit your left bum down. Come back up. Turn your knees towards the left, turn your toes towards the left, and sit your right bum down. Come back up. One more time each side. Toes towards the right, sit your left bum down. Come back up. Toes towards the left, and sit your right bum down. Nice, come all the way back up. Step your feet so they're in a kind of a sumo squat, kind of knees or feet are 3 foot wide or so. Bring your elbows to your knees and kind of be deep down, a bit like American footballer, kind of really sit down into your hips. Elbows are really supporting you and you're looking forward. Nice, bring your hands to your knees, stay deep down into your hips, really sitting a little bit deeper, stretch a little bit up and then sit a little bit deeper and then rise a little bit up. One more time, sit a little bit deeper and then rising up. So stay in a middle distance and then try and bring your right shoulder to your left knee. So you really straighten your right arm and you roll your right shoulder forward and you even look over your left shoulder a little bit as you really lengthen into the right side of your waist. I'm pushing my right hand into my right knee. Come back up. Keeping your left arm straight. Try and bring your left shoulder to your right knee. And look over your right shoulder. And come back up. One more time each side. And draw your right shoulder down to your left knee. Looking over your left shoulder, really strong and long. Your waist is lengthening, your hips are dropping. Come all the way back up. Whew. Last one. And draw your left shoulder down to your right knee, really straightening into that left arm, looking over your right shoulder. And coming all the way back up. Bring your hands forward. Heel toe your feet towards each other and drop your knees to the floor. And sit your bum on the floor with your legs long in front of you. So super cool. This is what I did yesterday. Those of you who were live missed it because my sound turned off. Those of you who did it yesterday as a recording, good for you. So bring your left hand to the floor and bend your right knee so your foot is around a foot away from the thigh. From here, reach the right hand up towards the ceiling. Really long, create length through the right side of your waist, and then dive and drop forward with your right hand down to the left foot. And when you do that, you'll feel, I'm going to say like a stuck feeling. It's like where you feel, oh, I can't go any further. And now you're going to start wiggling one shoulder up and then the other shoulder up. One shoulder up. And as you do that, you feel the fascia, the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments, all the way through the back of your body. You can make a snake. You can roll your head a little bit from side to side. You're just trying to meet the canvas that has been created in the tone that we have in the back of the body because of the position of our legs. Just feel it. How do you, almost like a bear in the woods scratching his back on a tree. How would you move into the back of your body? Nice. Stretch the right leg long. Pause there for a moment. That's a very deep stretch of the spine. Nice. Bend the left knee. There's around 12 inches between your foot and your thigh. Bring your right hand to the floor. Stretch the left hand up towards the ceiling, creating length in the belly. And then dive with that left hand forward to your right knee, calf, foot. Feel the stuck feeling and then wiggle. So if you find you can't wiggle at all, then you've gone too far. My belief in my yoga is that at any stage in my yoga practice, I should be able to mobilize the spine. If I can't, then I've gone to the point where my spine doesn't feel safe because the ability to move, the ability to have choices is really important in the nervous system. So just wiggling. If you feel really stuck, then reverse a little bit and wiggle there. Really, it's not about the end of a movement. It's about the incredible journey there. Oh, it sounds so corny, but it's true. Nice. Stretch your legs out long in front of you. And just pause there. Super cool. Come to lie on your backs. Knees are bent. Feet are flat on the floor. And then slowly just flatten your lower back down into the floor, the pelvic tilt, and then arching through into the lower back. So we're really deep into the lower back and pelvis there. And just arching, flattening, arching and flattening. Nice. Now you're going to roll up. So arms are long beside you. Roll up along your spine and really feel the deep of the squeeze of your bum again and the opening of the front of your thighs, and then rolling down, landing on the floor. And again, pushing down into your feet. Surge up through your hips. Feel the rise. And rolling down, landing all the way down on the floor. One more time. Rolling up. Feel the surge, that rise, the push of your heels, the stability of your feet, the squeeze of your bum. Nice. Lowering all the way down. Just gentle twist. Drop your knees from one side to the other side. One side to the other. You're just listening into your hips, into your belly. Nice. And then either resting with your knees bent, with your feet flat on the floor. You can bring the soles of your feet together. You can stretch out through your legs. And just find the position that feels like wellness for you right now. And then just rest. Hands can be long beside you, or you can rest your hands on your belly or your chest. Slight smile on your face. Softening into the chest, into your lungs. And again, I said it yesterday, for those of you who didn't hear me because of the mishap, this thing of, it's not that you have tight hips, it's not that you have tight shoulders, it's not that you have a tight neck. That's the consequences of the stress that you're managing. There's some time in your day, in your life, that you're bracing yourself or contracting yourself, and really looking at how am I managing my stress begins to change the whole way that we look at our lives. So just reflect, how are you managing your stress? And those places that are tight in your body, when do you hold them? When are they contracting? Softening into your belly, softening into your face, easing, softening, deepening. For me there, I just softened into my buttocks and my hips dropped a bit deeper. Just check in. Can you soften something in your legs, in your hips, in your belly, in your jaw? Nice. Stretch your arms overhead, lengthen like a yawn, reaching from your toes all the way into your fingertips. And then bending one knee, bending the other knee. You can squeeze your knees up onto your chest if you wish. You can roll from side to side. You can do whatever you feel is right for you. Thanks so much for joining me, and I shall see you again tomorrow. Day 25. Oh my God, day 25. So great. I shall see you then.